They don't have any faith in Gavin Newsom.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of funny because he wants to be president so bad.
That's true what it looks
But
like.
you can't ruin a city and then go on to ruin a state and say, guys, that was just practice.
I know.
Once I get it as a president, I'm going to fix it.
Yeah. Well, you can't, it's not his words when he speaks.
Yeah.
You have to watch him closely. And some genius decided not to film him any lower than the shoulder.
Yes. Did you? Yes.
So what did he do?
You couldn't see the hands.
No, but he sent Morris.
Therefore, it appears that Joe Rogan and Tyrus eventually grew weary of Gavin Newsom's smooth speech, flawless hair, and shiny politics. They're now calling it all out. And yeah, they're dropping secrets, so wild even California's wildfires can't compete. So what did they uncover? Why is half of Hollywood panicking while the other half is acting like they don't care? This one is about to get weird, funny, and a little too real. So buckle up.
Yeah.
You have the highest unemployment.
Yeah.
You have the highest homelessness.
Look at it with Hollywood.
Money's missing. You killed Hollywood. Like Hollywood doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It's literally gone.
That was such an easy
mandated vaccines for kids that didn't need them. You guys,
What I saw,
Yeah.
what it looked to me like he was negotiating with a deaf prostitute.
Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this. It helps more than you think. It wasn't on anyone's 2025 bingo card for Joe Rogan and Tyrus to go after Gavin Newsom, but here we are watching California's most camera-ready politician get roasted harder than a hot LA summer day. You can almost hear the gas from every avocado toast fan from Malibu to San Francisco when they drop that truth bomb. Let's face it, when Rogan and Tyrus start talking, a stress ball is already being squeezed by someone's PR team.
I mean, it's so crazy, but he's such a great politician. I mean,
No, he's
so
not.
smooth.
He's
You
not.
don't think so?
No, I think he's terrible.
How's he
It's just
remained in
because
power
he
for
has
so long?
Low competition. There's no one who's
there's
good
that.
is competing against him. There's
I
no
guess
sincerity.
I should say he's not a good. I should say he's smooth. He comes.
I mean, he's a good bullshit artist.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's like what the things that he says when he gets confronted with the we're the highest this and the highest that. Like everybody.
It started out as harmless conversation with a few jokes, and then Noam's name pops up like a vegan burger at a Texas barbecue. When Joe Rogan starts making connections, the calm vanishes instantly because no one is safe. And Tyrus, well, Tyrus doesn't connect dots. He swings hammers.
Watch it. Look at the blinking. Blink. Look. Meet me at the house. Like he's blinking. He's sending. I'm getting there. Hey, just so you know, I'm not wearing pants. And then look, he's blinking. And then eventually the camera guy realizing that he's signaling him, so he gets appalled, leans back, camera comes down, and then we're back to this. I'll do this for you. You do this for me a little. So he's saying what he's going to say. There it is. See, they couldn't hold him back. He's like, I'm not on film. Oh, I'm not. Nope. Bring my hands up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up.
He throws the whole whiteboard across the room and dares anyone to prove him wrong. Now, Gavin Newsom has been the golden boy of California politics for so long. You'd think he was grown in a Napa Valley vineyard next to the Pond Noir. His TED Talks charm could pass for his flawless teeth, shampoo, and polished speeches.
Told the Los Angeles Times Panera would not be exempt from the law. The spokesperson also denied a claim, the Bloomberg piece, which cited sources close to the matter that Newsom pushed for an exemption that applies to businesses that bake bread and sell it as a standalone item, calling the report absurd. So is it a fake story?
Or is it something that they
might have corrected
hustled
course
on and
quickly?
corrected course quickly? Yeah.
Yeah. Roll up to the top. So where's the initial report? Let's find the initial report.
But somewhere along the way, the California dream he sold started to look more like a dystopian Netflix show where rent costs a kidney and every street corner is a social experiment. So it wasn't just for laughs when Rogan and Tyrus pulled back the curtain. It turned into a full-on demolition derby of egos and hypocrisy. Rogan came in with his usual mix of logic and what-if questions. Tyrus just folded his arms, gave that look, and turned Newsom's whole brand of politics into a comedy special. Imagine it. Two guys talking about leadership, laughing, shaking their heads, slowly realizing the truth about Gavin Newsom might be way too shiny to be real. And still, Newsom's out there smiling like a toothpaste model, saying everything's fine. It's almost impressive, like watching someone rearrange deck chairs on Titanic while claiming the ship just invented floating. Tyrus, being Tyrus, also did not hold back.
I can watch the tape. Yes. He literally goes, I want some of this. Then you do some of this. And I'll do some of that back to you. And then we'll do this. And then I'll pay you. And then we'll do it again.
True.
And then she kept saying, no. Okay, how about this? You do this one first. Then we do this one. Then we give a little back and forth.
He noted that technology and film are no longer California's primary exports. It's people. People are leaving the state like contestants on a bad reality show, where surviving the elected bill is the final challenge. And the irony, every time someone moves out, Newsom calls it growth. Yes, provided that expansion results in Texas expanding by the day. Rogan, being a philosopher with a punchline, had to go deeper. He began asking questions that would make politicians sweat. The kind that sound simple until you realize there's no safe answer. Like, how does a state with more money than God still have roads that look like they were attacked by a toddler with a hammer? Or, why does every green plan somehow include additional wildfire smoke? The conversation shifted from roast to real talk from that point on, because Rogan and Tyrus posed one question that no one in the mainstream seems brave enough to say out loud, while everyone else was busy whispering about Newsom's rumored presidential ambitions. Does anyone outside of California really want the issues in California to spread across the nation? Furthermore, they did not reveal any dark deals or secret scandals. It had to do with perception.
Why would Bloomberg spread bullshit? Bloomberg is a financial paper, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's not something
I don't think it would be.
you really can't do that if you're running a financial paper. It's not like the New York Times. The New York Times can say Israel bombed the hospital and 500 people are killed and put it on the front page, even if it's not true. And everybody just assumes it's true because it's the New York Times. But they can kind of get away with that.
Yeah.
And then they still.
The premise is that Gavin Newsom has constructed an image that is so untouchable that, regardless of what is going wrong behind him, he simply smiles, rolls up his sleeves, and attributes a problem to climate change. Similar to the political version of it's not you, it's me, but with no accountability and higher taxes. And yet the guy's got charisma. You can't deny it. He probably has the ability to persuade a crowded room that paying $12 for a green smoothie is patriotic. Even in a joke, Rogan kind of implied that Newsom's true power comes from making chaos appear to be progress. Who else could spin mass homelessness, power outages, and gas prices higher than a SpaceX launch into a vision for the future? Tyrus, the heavyweight cynic, called it out for what it is, political theater at its finest. California is no longer a state. It's a stage. The part that is the funniest is that every time he is criticized, he responds with that grin that basically says, "You'll still vote for me." And honestly, a lot do because he's got that hypnotic Hollywood aura that makes people forget how messy things really are. It's similar to being stuck in traffic while the driver insists on a novel route. Rogan and Tyrus basically turned this into a masterclass in political branding. How to look flawless while the foundation crumbles beneath you.
California, like budget cuts and stuff, since they didn't have a hearing impaired transitioner anymore. I'm not paying money for that. I'll do it myself. So, you know.
But a bubble.
Yeah. No. Could you imagine if you were the signed person for the TV going?
No, he reminds me there of, remember the guy who did the sign language at Mandela?
How to laugh despite the smoke. How to turn every disaster into a perfect soundbite. If there were an Olympic event for blame shifting, Newsom would have more gold than Michael Phelps. Then came the part that made half the internet lose it. Tyrus pointed out that Newsom's rise has been unusually clean for a man in charge of state that constantly appears to be in the middle of an apocalypse. Blackouts, floods, fires, and billion-dollar scandals the individual escapes unscathed. Somehow, it's like he's got plot armor crafted by the script writers of modern politics. Rogan laughed because, of course, it's absurd. How do you stay that clean in that much chaos? It's like watching someone wear white at a barbecue and stroll out without a single stain. Either he's got supernatural luck or someone's secretly editing reality for him. The conversation spiraled into media bias, Hollywood worship, and the strange cult of personality surrounding Newsom. The man doesn't even need a campaign manager anymore. Vanity Fair is basically doing it for him. Add some soft lighting. A drone shot California's coastline. And boom, half the country swoons before they remember gas is still $7 a gallon. Rogan, ever the curious contrarian, pointed out just how odd it is that Newsom keeps appearing on national platforms. Almost like he's auditioning for something even bigger.
Some of the success that they're hanging their hat on is his social media campaign where he talks like Trump.
It's no longer the rule of law. It's increasingly the rule of Don.
So he's got a bunch of people from his organization that tweet for him, and they tweet like Trump, and they're saying this has elevated him in the public's eye. That's terrifying.
You've seen it across the board. People are scared to death of this guy.
He's starting to learn the internet sensibility.
It's the appalling silence. It's the complicity. You're seeing the most successful, wealthiest people scared to death of this guy.
Which is heavily trolling, does very well. What he has is a